When Social Good Solutions was founded, Casey had just served as the vice president of programs with Families in Schools and had sunsetted an initiative by the James Irvine Foundation that funded mostly small to mid-sized organizations in the Inland Empire and the Central Valley. These organizations were in what we consider to be philanthropic deserts. And so she certainly had a heart and a passion for those organizations. She knew their infrastructure needs and wanted to continue that work. This was also a time in which there was a lot of civil unrest because Trayvon Martin had been killed, Mike Brown had been killed, and there was this emerging activism from Black-led organizations that also needed to be supported, but didn't have significant philanthropic investment. So fast forward, here comes Casey. In 2014, we launched a donor-advised fund called Building Leaders and Cultivating Change, also known as BLAC, which would raise really grassroots donations to support Black-led organizations in Los Angeles. And that donor-advised fund was housed with the Liberty Hill Foundation. That started as a $15,000 donor-advised fund that started the ball rolling in terms of investing in Black-led organizations. Casey got another opportunity to do a field scan with a small private foundation, the Jib Fund, who had a heart for community, but was also deeply concerned about the state of Black folks and also police brutality that sort of continued to happen, and the fact that unarmed Black men were dying at the hands of law enforcement. Casey, after completing this field scan, had really the courage to organize philanthropy in this funder to do more than just study the problem, but to invest in the solution. And so out of that came the Black Equity Initiative, which was focused on Black-led organizations working on education, criminal justice reform, and workforce development, with a geographic focus in Los Angeles, Riverside County, and San Bernardino. The Black Equity Initiative was funded initially as a 3-year endeavor. Fortunately, Casey was able to seek additional resources from the Jib Fund so that they would sustain it an additional 2 years. But it was during those 2 years that she started really talking to Black-led organizations about what they needed and started hearing directly from those leaders about the challenges that they faced and some of their key concerns. One was these resources going to go away? They were grappling with their own leadership transition and how they build new leaders within their organization and really build the kind of long-term infrastructure that could withstand any transition, including their own transitions. And so Casey started to envision what would be next for the Black Equity Initiative. And that started the process of thinking about what a collective would look like. And so the Black Equity Initiative ultimately evolved into the Black Equity Collective, and that was launched in 2021. When Casey launched the firm, I strongly believe that she wanted to not only support organizations and nonprofit organizations that she had been working with, but that she wanted to also transform philanthropic practices so that they were more equity-minded, that they were opening doors for organizations to be resourced and their work to be supported. And she essentially just wanted to bring new solutions to the problems that our communities face, but also solutions to the problems that the nonprofit sector itself faced. And so for her to envision a 10-year initiative that would be that intentional about raising $60 million and directing that toward Black folks, I thought she was a little out of her mind. But I had the privilege of seeing her over time and knowing that she was really always courageous in that way. And that when she set out to do something, she caused others to believe. Even me, I started to believe, one, that we were worth that kind of investment and that that kind of investment could happen. And not only could it be 60 million, but it could be so much more, and that the impact could be so much more. She gave me a new vision, and she inspired what I know now to be a whole ecosystem dedicated to supporting Black-led organizations and Black-specific work. She would always tell me, I believe that whatever we need in this organization can happen with a Black woman. She really believed in the power of Black women, and every assignment, regardless of what it was, could be done by Black women.